What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about Secret Invasion Episode 3. Before we get into that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Alright, so again, first part of the episode will be spoiler-free, then we'll actually go into spoilers later on. I have one correction for Episode 2, something that I missed while watching it. I didn't realize that Gaia was the one that gave up the location of the safe house. I kind of forgot that she did that, guys. Like I said, there's some issues with the show of, like, the cast includes Ben Mendelsohn, Olivia Colman, Emilia Clarke, Kingsley Ben-Adir, and Samuel L. Jackson. And the runtime of this episode is 42 minutes. So, basic plot of this episode is we're going off what happened in the last one of Nick Fury's wife shows up, and now we're trying to see their relationship, though she's not in the full episode. She's there. And we're still trying to see what Gravik is trying to do. Are there going to be any consequences to what happened in the last one? Does he now have mistrust in Gaia? Things like that. Alright, so let's go to my spoiler-free thoughts for this episode. Right now I'm having issues of not knowing what the point of the show is, besides like, oh yeah, like what are we leading up to besides maybe a Super Skrull or something like that. It just, I'm like, there could have been a better way of getting that, where we don't necessarily need all this, oh, let's start World War III, but then if the goal is the Super Skrull, it's like, then why did you do this whole World War III thing? If you were going to become Super Skrulls, you didn't need to have the humans like that. Or just doesn't make sense to me. This episode did make me not like Nick Fury a little bit. He does some stuff where I'm like, dude, you're kind of being an asshole, really. Like slow your roll. He's acting like he is the greatest mind ever, and it's like, no, dude, it wasn't just you. You had so much help from so many people. I did notice that the episode was shorter, like, while watching. I was just like, they're definitely just focusing on Gravik, Talos, and Nick Fury, where Gaia had some parts, but she was kind of on the sides, and Sonya was also to the side. She shows up, like, very briefly, and I was like, okay, you're just focusing on 3 people this week. Kind of like, I'm kind of curious, like, are we supposed to root for anyone? Because at this moment, I don't really care. It's like, I already feel like, oh, we're going to get a Super Skrull. Is it going to be Gravik? I don't know, but by the end of the show, there's going to be a Super Skrull, so, and I can't really tell what Gravik, like I said earlier, I can't tell what he wants with the humans. Is he trying to start World War III? Because he had an opportunity to start it this week, and then even just thinking about it, it's like, he has so many Skrulls on Earth, like, starting World War III does not seem like it would be that hard for a race that can transform into whoever they want. I don't know, it just seems weird. And a spoiler-free thought that's not about this episode, but as the series as a whole. Have you guys noticed the fact that Nick Fury keeps like, oh no, we don't want the super people involved because, like, that's going to cause problems. We don't know, like, Skrulls with power. And, like, wait, to this point, I don't know that the Skrulls can copy powers. But not only that, you guys can't detect the Skrulls. There is a guy on Earth that literally is able to erase someone from everyone's mind. You're telling me he can't figure out a way to, like, make a spell that would find a way to know who's a Skrull and who's not a Skrull? It's just so baffling. It's like, you got the shared universe, MCU. Stop treating like the shared universe doesn't exist. And then my same issue that I had with Mandalorian Season 3, pick up the pace. We're at the halfway mark. I'm still like, we're still building stuff. At this point, you don't need to build anything. At this point now, it's action, action, action. Like, do what you're trying to do. And it's just like, it felt like this was still building up to more stuff. I'm tired of it building up when it's halfway mark. Like, at this point, we should know what the point is of the season, where we're going with it. I'm really hoping this doesn't get a second season. I'm hoping they just end it with Season 1 and they do other stuff in movies, because, I don't know, for me, it's just not working the way I want it to work. And then the title of the episode, I'll talk more about it in the spoiler section, but there's really only 2 options, and even then, it's like, it's really only one when you really think about it. Alright, so those are my spoiler-free thoughts, guys. I know I'm going a bit quick, but it's just like, I'm kind of expecting more from this, and so far I'm like, I'm not really seeing the point to this show. It just seems like the show is here so we can build something else for later. My guess right now, I'd have to say, oh, they're trying to get a Super Skrull in for maybe, like, Fantastic Four or some other, like, piece later on. It's just like, come on, guys. It's just this doesn't feel like they're trying that hard, and they're just like, we're just trying to put some fan service out there. But yeah, guys, those are my spoiler-free thoughts. Let's now move on to my score. So I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10 for okay. I'm just like, I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was bad. It was okay. And I thought it was a little bit better than mediocre. So I was like, nah, this is okay to me. I feel like they're just doing stuff by the book, and like everything seems like to be the safe option, and I just don't like that. So, I'd still recommend you watch because I feel like like I said in the first episode, the bones are there. I just don't know what they're doing. It's like it's all there. Just like put it together better. Do I recommend it? Yes. I would say go watch it. That's shorter, and these Marvel shows are usually like overall a fun experience. So before we move into the spoiler section, for those of you that are joining, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You know, the regular rigmarole. For those of you that are staying, here's going to be your warning. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. So real quick, before we get into the actual spoilers, I do want to say I am thinking that I might have been right about Nick Fury being Gravik's adoptive father. Just because I'm trying to think of why Vera is gonna, goes without, she's the one that's betraying. Like, it's about her. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's Gaia, but to me, it's like the audience already knows Gaia is the traitor and the mole for inside Gravik's group. So I'm like, calling it betrayed and it being about her, I'm just like, that doesn't work for me. I'm like, the one that's actually doing the betraying in this episode is Vera at the end with the another cliffhanger. And with the cliffhangers, guys, I'm hating them. It's like, come on, guys. Like, you can't put a cliffhanger in every episode and think like, oh, that makes it great storytelling. No, it doesn't. Especially when the next episode's like in a week. It's like, it works a little bit better in movies than it does in shows that you're going to find out the answer like a week later. And if people binge it, it's like, oh, there was no point for this cliffhanger. All right, so I'm thinking after Nick decided not to come back, Vera had a big choice. Is she going to join her son's group, or is she going to stay loyal to her neglectful husband? And I'm thinking, no, that's why Vera is on Gravik's side. It's like, no, that's the son that's stuck around, adopted son, but stuck around, while her husband just gallivanted and went to space. Even after she mourned him, because she even says, like, I thought you were gone because he was part of the snap, and then he came back with the bullet, but then he left again. So I get it in that aspect with her. It's like why she would choose Gravik. I'm like, yeah, makes sense. So going into the spoilers, the part of why I hated Nick Fury when he tells Talos, oh, I'm cleaning up your messes. And I'm just like, slow your fucking roll, Nick Fury. Because what the hell? I'm cleaning up your mess. Who was the person that was in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. when Hydra infiltrated it? It was Nick Fury for Mr. I'm so smart. It's like, Nick, you need to like slow your roll. Like, Talos was your soldier and you were probably not a great leader. Because again, Winter Soldier, like I've even talked about, that was the last time where we actually saw Fury have a big role. That was in this normal time, modern time. And it's like, Nick, that was completely your mess. And then he still hasn't even gotten them a new home. He lied to them and all that. It's like, a lot of this is Nick's mess. And that's why I still think Gravik adoptive son. It's like, oh yeah, that's another one of Nick's messes. So yeah, that really made me hate Nick Fury in this episode. I was just like, dude, calm down. You're acting like you're one of like the powerful Avengers. And it's like, no, you're not. So if Gaia is dead, I find this very, very dumb because she got shot at the end, near the end of the episode. I hope she's not dead because she is. It's like, really, you have 2 deaths in this show so far, like 2 major ones, and they're both like the supposed female leads of your show. It's like, that doesn't really work. It's like, you guys got to figure out what you're doing. But even then, so if I'm wrong with this, someone tell me that I'm wrong. The only reason that World War III wasn't started in this episode is because Gravik mentioned the sub to Gaia. And then Gaia told that information to Talos. But if Gravik doesn't take her with him, which is already suspecting she's a traitor, this all goes without a hitch. His plan works. but because he gives her that information, he knows she's the traitor now, but at the same time, it's like, but you would have won. So I don't get what the point of this is. I'm just like, this just seems very dumb. It's like, that's why I said, like, what is his plan? Because if his plan is just Super Skrulls, then why is he doing all this stuff with trying to piss off the humans when he can just do the Super Skrull thing instead? But at the same time, if like he wants to get the humans to fight each other, all he had to do right there is not involve Gaia, who he's already thinking he's a traitor. I don't get it. That just seems dumb. Yeah, it just seems dumb. And again, like I said, the cliffhanger with the wife, with Vera, I'm just like, I just didn't like it that much. Because it's like, oh, she got a gun. It's like, you're telling me the wife of Nick Fury had no other way to get a gun. Just go to a safety deposit box. It's like, oh, it's a gun that can't be traced. You mean she couldn't have gotten that this entire time? She didn't know Nick came back. Like, for all we knew, she had stuff inside her own home. It's just, it just didn't work for me. Alright, try and think of anything else I want to say for this episode. I don't think so. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I really want to know what you guys are thinking about the show, because to me right now, the show is very, like, I'll watch it because it's MCU, but at the same time, it's like, it's having a lot of the problems I've had with the Disney shows, where it's like, you're not showing any urgency for this show, and then I don't really care about a lot of your characters. And I feel like that's a problem I've been noticing in a lot of Disney shows. And it's coming here too, so I really want to know what you guys think about that. I'll have episode 4 out next week. I don't know what day. My plan right now is Thursday. I'm trying to get back into like a normal schedule with this stuff like I was before, but some weeks are going to be tougher than others, but I think I can manage. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Bye.